Coming to the complications of chicken pox. Next complication, that is herpes zoster. It is also known as shingles. In some cases of varicella, the virus become latent in the sensory ganglia, that is dorsal root ganglia, and reactivation of this virus occurs whenever the host immunity decreases. In this herpes zoster, mild unilateral vesicular rash develops in a single dermatome, usually truncal or cranial dermatome, and the rash doesn't cross midline. Pain or itching occurs prior to the eruption of vesicles. This is the herpes zoster rash seen in the truncal and cranial dermatomes. In the herpes zoster, closely distributed groups of vesicles occur on a erythematous base. It is more common in elder children. Herpetic neuralgia is rare in children but can occur in immunocompromised. It can sometimes occur in immunocompetent children also. And what are the risk factors for developing herpes zoster? Varicella occurring in infancy can lead to herpes zoster in later part of life, and it can also occur in immunocompromised children. And if the mother gets infected in third trimester, there is a more chance for developing herpes zoster in the child. And what are the complications of herpes zoster? Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, that is herpes zoster oticus. In this syndrome, the virus infects the geniculate ganglia, and ipsilateral Bell's palsy, vertigo, tinnitus, vesicles on the face, mouth and external ear can be seen. And keratitis can also occur in herpes zoster. It is known as herpes zoster ophthalmicus. And secondary bacterial infection of the skin lesions also can occur. Meningoencephalitis and transverse myelitis can also occur. It is the Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. You can see the Bell's palsy and also vesicular rash on the external ear and oropharynx. It is the herpes zoster ophthalmicus occurring in a child.